How should we view the work we do? We answer that on Answers for Living. We should work like our work is our worship to God, because it should be. If your friend asked you, what is worship? Well, what would you say? You might say, well, worship is singing 3 songs of praise to God. It's having prayer. It's giving of an offering. It's listening to a sermon. Well, if this is how you view worship, we have a real problem. The question is, how much of your working life is singing and offering, giving offerings and listening to sermons? Well, you sing maybe 3 songs, you give your offering, you listen to a sermon, and you're done in an hour. If that's worship, then we only worship God about 0.5% of our week. But 65% of our waking hours are spent working. Working is worship. Your life is worship. Listen to Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Second thing I want you to understand is this. Don't commute between your spiritual life and your vocational life. Now, I wish that was an original statement from me, but I borrowed it. We go to church on the weekend where we are spiritual, where we're focused on God, and then we leave church and we go to work. But we need to understand there is no separation between who you are in church and who you are at work, or who you are raising your children, or who you are helping your neighbor, or who you are taking care of your spouse with failing health. But many divide their lives. Church is spiritual, work, well, I'm a regular dude. I don't let the God stuff interfere with my work, people say. Don't do that. Listen to what Matthew chapter 5 says. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. It says, let your light shine. Let it shine out there. When you leave church, you enter your mission field. The work of the church is out there. What takes place in the walls of the church is a refresher course. It's motivation. It's encouraging. It's training. To send us out there, to pump us up, to work. The work of the church is not to happen in the church. It's what happens when the church scatters Monday through Saturday. This is God's plan A, and there is no plan B. You may be a painter, you may be a teacher, you may be a student, you may be a mom, a caregiver. Do it differently. Do it for God. If you are retired and unemployed, find something to do, even for your neighbor, but do it for the Lord.